Hi, my name is Shitian from Picture Healer. Today we are going to talk about Chinese food therapy, what kind of food you should eat and what kind of food you should avoid, and the benefit of the therapy. The first food you should avoid is the prepackaged food and overprocessed food. Usually the nutrition is already lost and there are a lot of chemicals or artificial additives, and it's not really good for our body. Instead, we should eat the whole food that still contains the original nutrition with the minimal process and cooking. The second food we should avoid is too much seasoning when you are cooking, or too much sauce and too much hot or spicy stuff, because a lot of sauce usually contains corn syrup or artificial preservative or coloring, and it's not really good for our body. If we can minimize over seasoning, it will be better for our health. The third tip is about the way of cooking. We try to avoid deep fry or even with too much oil or too much grill, and like high temperature fire or cooking for too long. Those cooking methods will deplete the nutrition of the food and make it unhealthy for us. The fourth tip is to be careful about the dairy product like egg, milk, or beans. Not everybody can tolerate the dairy product, and many people are actually allergic to it. I know they still have some nutrition and it might be beneficial for especially kids. You can experiment and see if your health will improve if you don't eat those products for maybe 2 weeks or 1 month. If you feel better, then maybe your body cannot process those food. Some people can benefit more from the dairy product, but some people cannot. So use your judgment and try to avoid them for a period of time and see if it works for you better. The fifth tip is about eating meat. In Chinese medicine, eating meat is good. We don't recommend really become a vegetarian. I know it's controversial because in the modern days, most people just have too much meat, too much grease, too much fat food. From Chinese medicine point of view, a little bit of the high quality protein is good, and the red meat is good. Beef, pork, lamb, they are good. In Chinese medicine, we need to eat a variety of food and balanced food. So a little bit of everything is good for your body. The sixth tip is about white noodle and white rice. For Asian people, white rice and noodle are the main dishes. They have to have it for every meal, but too much of it is still not good because they are still considered refined carbohydrate. So instead of the white rice, maybe we can add a variety of the rice in a raw form that's not as processed. You can also mix white rice with different grains and soak it a little bit to make it softer and taste better. Tip number 7 is to avoid stimulants such as coffee, tea, Coke, soda, or energy drinks. It is okay to drink a little bit sometimes, but many people are addicted to it and it gives a lot of burdens to our body. It's just not natural. So instead we should drink more room temperature water, not too cold, not too hot, or herbal teas that's without caffeine. Tip number 8 is to avoid cold food. A lot of people are actually on the cold side for the body type. The cold food includes cucumber, turnip, melons, or salad, or ice cream, iced tea, or ice cube. A large quantity of leafy green vegetable is considered cold too. And if you have problems with allergy or edema or digestion problem, you have to be very careful about the cold food too. If you stop eating the cold food, you'll probably feel better soon. And tip number 9 is to know yourself, know your body type. Are you a more hot person or a cold person? Are you allergic to certain food or more sensitive to certain type of food? And you can always adjust it with Chinese medicine or herbs or food. In Chinese medicine, people can be divided into 5 types by the 5 element theory. So that's one way to categorize your body and what you should eat for the food and the lifestyle. In general, you should eat a variety of food. Everything should be balanced. You don't just eat a certain food group or completely take out a certain food group. And also the portion is important. You don't want to overeating a large quantity or just eat very little. It's all about balance. Tip number 10 is about lifestyle changes. I know this is a topic not really directly related to the food, but it's very important, especially in Chinese medicine. So keep a regular schedule about sleeping, eating, find your own rhythm and then stick with it so you can sleep well, eat well, and don't overwork, don't overthink. That's the secret of the Chinese medicine. If you follow all the rules for a while, you will see your body's weight is maintained in a healthy weight. You will feel better, have better energy, feel less stress, and if you have any allergy for skin or nose, you probably will see the improvement too. If you have stomach problem like indigestion, bloating, or sleepy after you eat a meal, or any edema, you will feel the improvement too if you follow all the tips above. That's all the basic tips about Chinese food therapy. I hope you enjoy it, and please remember to give us like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.